Hello there guys, girls, gamers, everyone, it's me, GenuineParts, and we're back in Kira. And Kirari just kinda got on our throat because we asked her if she's tired. So let's see why. Maybe there's an explanation. She nods seriously. That sounded different than serious. She sounded like she's going to rip out her throat. Some new employees actually quit because of this weekend madness, but I think she'll be okay. Once all the customers get their drinks, it should calm down, so hang in there. Now she sounds more happy. You sure are full of energy, as usual. That's when I noticed something on her toes, which are sticking out from her sandals. Wait. I stopped her to get it off, but it isn't anything that's stuck on her. It's a little hole in her sock, and her toe is peeing through. Hey, look! When I pointed out, she crouches and holds her toe. She turns speed red with embarrassment. It's rather unexpected to see her react that way because I thought she didn't care about things like that. Do you have another pair to change into? Kirari just shakes her head in response. She looks truly at a loss. Let's see. A young girl wouldn't want to run around with a hole in her sock. I think for a while. Then, do you want to switch with my sock? I don't care if I have a hole. I said it, but I was half joking. But she looks at me as if I was the biggest hero ever. But it might smell. To see her respond in such a pure manner makes me feel a little guilty. Could it be because I'm not that pure? Okay, then let's switch. We both start to take off our socks off.
Oi, お前ら二人して何してるんだ?
How do you respond to it? We're switching socks. The manager is standing behind us. Well, she knew a sock has a hole in it, so we are switching. The manager sighs.
そんなことしなくたって裸足でやればいいだろう。
I think we're just stupid. Yeah, kinda. When the employees from the last shift show up, we realize it's 11 p.m. I'm supposed to be off at midnight, so I only have an hour to go, but this is the long hour. I am assigned to tables 1 to 8 by the entrance today. Most of my customers are just talking now, so there isn't really anything to do for me. The time when I just have to stand around like this is the most boring and torturous time for me. As I stand by the tables, I can't help but hearing the customers' conversations. The customers from table 4 talk extremely loud. At first, there are two office ladies drinking quietly, but when a few guys in t-shirts and sweatpants from the next table join, it becomes noisy all of a sudden.
いやー、お姉さん、すげえ俺の好みだよ。会社でもモテるでしょ。
ねえ、俺車が趣味なんだけどさ、先月すっげえ低音が出るスピーカーを積んだんだけど、これから。
The guys obviously want something more than just companions. Even standing near them makes me embarrassed. However, the ladies respond.
やだ。
She seems like they don't mind that much. Huh, I guess women are okay with such an obvious approach, or maybe it's because they're a little drunk. But a lot of women don't show their emotions, so they might be wishing that those guys would get lost. Some new customers come in. Welcome! Konnichiwa! I greet cheerfully and usher them to table number 8. They are a group of 5, which, with wild hairdos, they smell a little sweaty.
8番のお客さん、私がお通し持ってっていい?
When I come back to the counter, my coworker Ton-san whispers to me, "Sure, I don't mind."
ありがとう。
Okay. Then Ton-san takes the little bowl with edamame in it to table number 8. I watch her thinking it's unusual for her to do that, and then notice she talking to the customers as she serves them. "Well, I guess that's a punk rock band, and this will set events in motion. Do you know them?" I ask her when she's back.
俺スタジェネなんだよ。
Star what?
スタージェネレーションっていうの聞いたことない？有名だよ有名。
No? What do they do?
見てわからないかな。
From the name? From their looks? I don't know, no? I try to observe carefully, but I still don't know who they are. The first thing I think I notice is their wild hair color, then they all look pale. You know, I would say they are crime organizations as I see them. And 3 of them are carrying very similar narrow bag on their backs, so that must be a hint. Tansan says it's obvious, so those bags must mean something significant. Are they from Kendo Club or fishermen?
何言ってんの。なんで剣道部や釣り人が革ジャンでギター背負ってなくちゃいけないのよ。
Well, I'm joking, but if they carry instruments and they're famous, are they celebrities?
そういうわけじゃないけど、インディーズバンドやってるの。
Indies.
そうそう。
I see, indies. I repeat the word, but what is indies anyway? I've heard the word before, but I don't know what it means. But if I ask her, she'll make fun of me, so I won't say anything. It must be something which any young person would know for sure. People say asking something is not embarrassing, but it's not that simple. It can be ridiculous for a long time for asking a stupid question. Anyway, Town-san says they're a group called Star Generation, and they are extremely popular around here. They're so wild, so cool, so punk, and so indies. I think it's just indie. They were even on TV the other day, and since then, Town-san has been crazy about them. Which means Town-san knows them because they were on TV. But I don't say anything because I'm considerate. I remember the time Murakami told me that band people are popular. He swore by it, but even when I see the real thing, I still don't believe him. According to Town-san, they are the most popular one among many bands, but the way they dress and their hairdos sure look strange and kind of dirty, and they all look so unhealthy. Town-san's eyes have different kind of sparkles, but that's not because they're bandsmen, but because they were on TV. Star Generation members call, and Town-san goes to take their order. 2 medium-sized beer, black currant soda, fresh grapefruit sour, Coke, deep-fried cartilage, Caesar salad, grilled fish, cubed steak, and pickled eggplants. The charismatic Indies bandsman order was rather normal. Town-san wants to take care of their table by herself, but I can't just stand around doing nothing. I decide to take the drinks. But before that, so which one is the most popular among them?
そうだね。
She looks at the table.
あの真ん中に座ってるボーカルでリーダーの八木原さん。それと、なんといってもギターの健太。それは、あの奥の人かな。
I see. I memorized what she said and head to the table.
ありがとう。
When I serve the drinks, Yagihara thanks me frankly. I look at him while thinking, so this is a bandsman. He must be a little over 20 or so, his hair is orange, he's overshaved, and over-made up eyebrows bother me a little, but it's not that unusual nowadays. His voice is a little hoarse, maybe because he sings. His thin body is wrapped in a dingy long coat and gives a delicate impression. And then there's Kenta. He must be about the same age as I am. His clothes and hair shoe are plain compared to the others. His face has good features, but his skin looks pale. almost sickly, and he has a sour face, even at a place like this. He has no expression on his face. What? He has a sour face? What? And he has no expression? Sour and no expression? And more than anything, his black frame glasses are ruining his impression. The other guys look rather normal too. Are they really that popular? That's hard to believe. It must be a work of the media. Big media. Maybe reality is different. When I come to this conclusion, sorry, my phone just made noise. A shocking incident happens. The ladies at table number 4 started. They're the ones who were having fun being picked up earlier. One of them went to the restroom, and the way back, she notices the members of Star Generation at table number 8.
Star Gene!
She starts screaming. Drunk people can't speak loud, but her voice echoes inside the restaurant. It's abnormally loud. The members of Star Generation look shocked. The lady walks up to the members.
そうですよね。スタージェネレーションの皆さんですよね。
ああ、そうですけど。
The guy who was the closest to her, neither Yagiara nor Kenta, answers. I don't even know what instrument he plays.
ああ、やっぱりそうだ。
She screams again. I turn around to look at the manager. The manager doesn't look happy, but with his eyes he tells me, I know she's being extremely loud, but at this point it's too early to say anything. Just keep your eye on her. I know it.
本当？スタジェネ？
The other lady gets up.
ああ、本当だ。私たちスタジェネの大ファンなんです。嬉しいです。
Then she leaves her table and moves to the table number 8. The young guys who were trying to pick up the ladies are left at table number 4. As they lost their targets, instantly they look shocked and don't look like they know what's going on. Actually, I can't believe it myself. Those ladies are cruel. If I were them, I couldn't do that. There should be at least some manners. But maybe this is why women are scary. What is it? They can be so cold and hurt others. Wow, there's so much anti-feminism stuff going on right now in his head. Holy crap. As I think that, I feel a little pain in my heart. Anyway, the bandsmen seem to be popular. It's Murakami, right? Are bandsmen popular? So, what do I do with the pain in my heart? Do I give that to the bandsmen? What? 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 Do I give that to the pen? That what? Okay. By the way, that's not right. I mustn't have shameful concerns. I have to be careful. The ladies continue to fawn over the stunned band members, ignoring everything else. Sometimes you hear in comics 1 + 1 isn't 2. It could be 3 or 4. It could be anything, expressing how important it is to be a team player. Do I smell toast? Am I having a stroke? I cannot make sense of what he's saying. Just like that. As if the two ladies don't want 1 + 1 to be 2, they start to get louder and louder. Do I have to call 911? Being loud is one thing, but they start to physically mingle with the Star Generation members. They are touching their bodies, trying to feed them with fingers. Feed them with fingers? Who eats fingers, man? And aren't they even trying to make them lick their fingers with mayonnaise on it. Fingers with mayonnaise. What kind of act is this? The members of Star Generation don't know what to do. Well, they are famous and they don't know what to do. You know? But the two guys who got left behind are the ones who are truly at a loss, feeling completely alienated. There's just two of them, they are just licking the beer glasses and picking on the appetizers on the table. Licking the beer glasses. What restaurants are you working at? You are apparently you are serving fingers and people lick beer glasses.
Ah, ずるい.
There's a loud shriek. When I look at the table, I see one of the ladies tangled up with one member's body and kissing his cheek. And the other one is just pouting in jealousy. The members of Star Generation are no longer in shock, some are even smiling. They look like they're having fun. I don't want the two guys to see that, but of course they do. I know something is going to happen.
Hurrah!
They stand up with a roar. I disliked them because of their behavior earlier, but now I'm kind of sympathizing. How strange and selfish the human mind is. As an employee, I shouldn't feel this, but I can't help cheering them on. Because they really were trying hard to pick up those ladies. I can't help thinking that Star Generation members should have been a little more considerate. What could they have done? The girls came on to them. But that's simply my personal emotion, and as an employee I'm not allowed to think that way. I have to be in a position to say that hopefully there won't be any incident. Two guys walk up to table number 8 angrily. The two ladies try to hide behind Star Generation members, and the two guys reveal them. Because they're half drunk, I can't really hear exactly what they're saying, but they be saying something nasty. Holy shit, you black? You go black? People don't think it'd be like this, but it is. One of the members stands up with an extremely angry expression. He must be quite drunk himself because his face is red. He also says some incomprehensible words and they stare at each other. As an employee, I walk up to them. Excuse me. I get between them.
Nanda?
One of the guys glares at me. As soon as I see that face, my sympathy fades a little. Up close I see his nose is pierced, there's a thick chain around his neck, he's very tan. He simply looks rough. He turns to me now, of course. I can't sympathize with him any longer. I actually want to tell him I'm on their side, but of course I can't say that. I would never even want to face with someone like that, but it is part of my job. I'm very sorry to tell you this, but if you have a fight, there are other customers.
喧嘩じゃねえよ。ただ注意してやろうってだけだろ。
The guy is shouting. Well,
俺たちの何を注意するってんだ。おい、嫉妬なんか見苦しいぞ。
Even the bandsman interrupts and starts provoking. They're both powerful, but I'm the one in the middle, so I wish they'd stop. Besides, don't you know that what would happen with such provocation? Completely ignoring my worry, the bandsman keeps provoking.
なんと
The pierced guy tries to jump. Wait, please stop. When I stop him, of course, he turns on me.
触んなこら
Please, calm down. Violence doesn't solve anything. See, love and peace. We need love in our lives, right? I'm desperate.
うっせえな
The pierced guy tries to shake me off him and go towards the bandman, but I hold on to stop him. Although I only get 900 yen an hour, I have my pride. Please stop.
どけよ
The guy tries to grab my collar to get me off him, but I hold on desperately. I can't give in now. We end up wrestling. But I probably won't go on for long. He's obviously bigger, and more than anything, I'm an employee of this restaurant. I know I'll end up beaten up. I look around, hoping someone will come to my aid, but hey, wait a minute. They're all just watching, and they almost look like if they're having fun. Well, how could you be like that? But I have more important things to be concerned about. I see Kirari Shiino. She isn't smiling. Instead, she's screaming something. Nice of her, but I can't hear what she's screaming. He punches me in the face. I lose my balance and fall down. I can't hold myself up. If I let my body fly, it will hit the shelves of liquor bottles. If that happens, the body will fly all over, and it will be a huge mess. That won't be good. I reach out and try to grab the post as I fly past. I'm successful and my body stops flying. I'm relieved that I was able to stop the balls from flying all over, but I don't get much time to rejoice. Instead of hitting the shelves, I'm about to hit the floor head first. At times like this, everything moves extremely slowly. I think of a lot of things before I fall. It won't be good to hit my head at this speed. The head is the most important part for human. You might be onto something there. Am I going to die? Well, it's a hardwood floor, so even in best case scenario, I might be handicapped. That's not good either. I'll be okay. I should be okay. As I encourage myself, I hear Kirari's voice. Wow. I guess I'm going to die. Then it goes black before my eyes. Although it is the middle of spring, the air feels chilly at night. When I get to the main street pushing my bicycle, I can see my breath in the dark air. I didn't die. Wow! When I woke up, I was behind the kitchen. I regained my consciousness before the manager called the ambulance. When I touched the back of my head, I could feel the bump. Then the manager was unusually kind and said, "I'll give you a little bonus, so why don't you go home?" I remember that when you hit your head, you may not die right away, but might come later on. Did the manager tell me to go home early because of that? Yeah, it would be horrible if you died in the restaurant. Can you imagine? What would the customers say? And I guess this is it for this episode. We'll probably find out if he dies or not in the next episode. What a cliffhanger, I know. So, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye!